to my colleague and brother, Prime Minister, to my sister, Foreign Minister, Ambassador Gregor, of course the distinguished Director General of the OECS body, my sisters and brothers of the press. You know, Dominica has always have a special place in my whole being, because the first time I boarded a plane in my entire life was to travel to Dominica as a 16-year-old boy representing Grenada against the Irving Shillingfords and the Greg War and so on. That's going to tell you how old I was, right? I am sorry. That's why I passed by the Botanic Gardens today. I wanted to see that tree that saved me a few times from being caught. But listen, friends, it is with a great sense of deep feeling of sympathy and appreciation for what you're going that we have embarked on this important mission of visiting Dominica at this time. And I want to first say that, yes, I'm here representing my country because we've had the experiences of having to face a disaster of enormous proportion. But I'm also representing the rest of my colleagues at the OECS. So if you have not seen them in actual physical presence, your spirit is here with us today because it's a family. And they all express their sense of support and commitment to the development of Dominica and the recovery of your country in all aspects. As I said, it is when things happen to you, you get to know your true friends. Grenada found that out in 2004. Your country, your Prime Minister, the rest of the OECS family, they were there with us. They bled with us. The CARICOM family bled with us. I got up on the morning of 2004, in September, and when I looked around and I saw a whole country on the ground, I don't think anyone wants to ever have that feeling. So I know how it feels. So Grenadians as a whole understand what is taking place in Dominica. And that is why, Prime Minister and members of the press, that I'm sure you've heard, there's been a lot of initiative. Not just by the government, but by the people themselves. Grenadians in Toronto, in Montreal, and Prime Minister, you heard this. Without we asking them, not the politician, people in their own right, because they know and experience what it is to be flattened. They came forward and have been coming forward. And Prime Minister, despite what other things that we have done, the cultural artists, the sporting community in Grenada, all concerned and the people have asked me to say to you that in addition to things that we have done and we are doing, they're declaring November 7th as a special day of artistic performances on behalf of the people of Dominica. And they asked me to make sure to invite you. Just for a day. We're not going to take him for too long, just one day. Because I think it will help the publicity and the success of that particular event. So that's November 7th. It also happens to be the birthday of my son. So I could be celebrating two things: the recovery of Dominica, support for Dominica, and this. So I, in driving through the western side today, experience really what havoc can be. I could not understand the level of what I saw nature can do. We had wind, a lot of wind. We didn't have much rain. You got the opposite. A lot of water, but not a lot of wind. But the damage is still extremely significant. And I saw the challenges in several areas I passed through, where people, as they see us coming through, you can see the expectation on their faces, and it sort of remind me of those the faces I saw in Grenada in 2004. It's like, please help me, sort of, So I know that we have little choice but to do everything as an OECS family and a CARICOM family to help with the recovery of Dominica. You know what also struck me as how you're able to, I saw the Prime Minister down some steep mountain, climbing down. I ain't lying to tell you, if it was me. Or you had a problem, you had to blindfold me. Because I afraid height. Prime Minister and the Minister were under a ladder going down some steep mountain place trying to get to a village. That's a demonstration of the commitment and the love of your leadership for the people of the country. And I think it's a good thing. I met on the way one of the opposition members in the constituency, I can't remember the name of it, Kulibe Street. He was there with us and of course was expressing his support. And all I can say is that for Dominica's sake, the necessity for a united effort in this period is absolutely crucial. Because, colleagues, I know the voices outside in the international regional community will in fact even be more positively inclined to support if they hear one message coming from Dominica. We all are together in the recovery of our country. The period, there will be sufficient period and a time for the partisan politics. And that is good for and healthy for the democracy that we are all involved in. But when there is a period of hurt and pain, we all share it. It cannot be the Labour Party or the other party that is being hurt. Every single person, every single child, woman, and man will feel the pain, and is in fact feeling the pain that exists at this particular time. So, Prime Minister, we are going to be there for you. We are going to be there for the people of Dominica, because you are in fact there for us in our time of greatest need. So, on behalf of the government and people of Grenada, and of course the peoples of the OECS family, I take this opportunity to express the greatest sympathy to the people of Dominica and to say that your brothers and sisters will be holding your hand as you recover from this disaster that we now face. In addition, though, I want to make the point that there is that mindset in the international community that says they put on variables that determine whether, in fact, you should get soft loans or not soft loans. Because if you work hard and you perform and you reach a certain level of GDP, they say that you should be graduated out of opportunity for soft loan. So if I do well, I struggle, and I make sacrifices, I must be punished. That seems that's the formula. It doesn't make sense to me. And even when you're talking punishment, you must also recognize there are things called disaster, vulnerability factors, and that must be part of the equation. I don't know how you can certainly remove that fundamental thing overnight. In 2004, Grenada lost 200% of GDP. Overnight, Dominica lost 90% of GDP. So you graduated me out of where? Today, Dominica needs all the help it can get. And maybe if you did not graduate Dominica out, they may be in a better position to deal with the problems that they now face. So I'm making this point and reinforcing this point because every time incidents like this happen, I think it sends the message that that mindset and behavior pattern is illogical, and it does not help the family of nations and the family of the world community which we all belong to. So, Prime Minister, I'm happy to be here. Sad in one sense, but happy because I'm here with you and with the people of Dominica. So on this note, let me thank all of you, the people, for the warmth, the friendliness, and the support. You know, as I was passing, I can't remember the village again. The names, see, I was never a French person, so them names you have, I can't keep it. But I was walking down an area, and I saw a bunch of young people with jerseys. And
Colliho.
What's it?
Colliho.
Colliho. Did I pronounce it right?
Yes.
And and I looked, I saw the Rhode Island cricketers, and they were Devon Smith and Andre Fletcher and all the guys, the captain Sebastian and others, and they were there also sharing with the people of that area the fact that the sportsmen also recognize they have a fundamental responsibility in times of need to also show their understanding and sympathy. So we all in this thing together, and we are there to one family holding hands. Prime Minister, thank you for your hospitality.
Thank you. Thank you, Prime Minister.
Lasting prosperity.